How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor, go down and subscribe. Today we're going to do something that's very long overdue, and that is cleaning out the inside of my Mustang. But also at the same time, we have a couple of things to talk about. So I thought, why not kill two birds with one stone? Winter just has been way too cold, and I've been driving this car so much, so it's time to start getting some of this stuff out. So with that being said, let's take out some of the garbage out of the car. There's quite a bit of it, and we'll play the game of how much money I find in my car, because I'm sure there's gonna be loose bills everywhere. Well, there's also another thing that I wanted to talk about in today's video. We got $6 to start off, and that is I made a very impractical choice with buying my cars, and that has kind of come back to haunt me a little bit, and I'm starting to regret the decision just a little bit. So I bought this car as my daily driver 2 years ago. In 2021, in January, I bought this car. The reason I bought this car was because I had sold my previous car, which was very economical. I had no reason to sell it other than just wanting a nicer, faster car and buying something that I've always wanted to own. It's not the most practical thing in the world, takes a lot of gas, but more than just that, insurance is expensive, and it's not something that I really want to be putting 10,000 miles a month on. Even though I put a good amount of mileage on it, I don't want to continue driving this car for unnecessary purposes. I want to have this car more for not weekend or special trips, but enjoyable drives rather than just highway drives, which it looks like in the future of my life I'm going to be doing a lot of. And hopefully a lot after this summer kind of changes in terms of what I'm doing and how I'm living my life. So it's gonna involve me probably driving a little bit more, so I don't have an economical car that I own. And then I kind of realized I didn't own an economical car, had a Bronco on order, and then said, you know, the Lexus should be a reasonable choice, but the Lexus doesn't get good gas mileage at all. And I've slowly come to realize that that was also probably a mistake. Now, one of the cars I've been dreaming about recently is the Lexus ISF, which is a V8 version of the Lexus I own, but a little bit bigger. And the ISF also isn't practical, economical, or cheap in any way, which leaves me to wanting to sell the Lexus and buying a little bit of a beater mileage car, something that gets good gas mileage, something that's a little cheaper on insurance, or the same price as a Lexus on insurance, but gets better gas mileage. The only gripe I have about the Lexus is I thought the Lexus would get better gas mileage. It's a very small car, but it gets, 20 miles to the gallon, which is unacceptable. With that being said, I'm not saying I'm selling the Lexus or it's going anytime soon, but it could be something that is going to change within the garage in the next 7 to 8 months. And the reason I say 7 to 8 months is because it's after summer and the next semester of my college should start, and I'm going to have to transfer colleges, and I'm going to be going to the college I intended to go to in the first place, or just a different college that's going to be a little further away. Either way, I'm going to have to start driving more. And with me driving more, this car isn't quite the car I want to be doing it in, and on top of that, I'm hoping to not be in the area I'm living in at all. So if I'm moving where I think I'm going to be moving, I'm going to be putting on way more miles on any car than I would around here. One of the reasons I bought this car is because I knew I wouldn't be driving an insane amount of miles. It worked. It worked for the time that I've had it. And that is not saying that I'm selling the Mustang. That's not what I'm trying to imply at all. So some people watching this video most likely know exactly where I'm talking about and exactly where I want to be in the next 8 months or so. But I just don't want to say it on camera because I don't know if it's going to happen or not. And it's definitely something that's still very much up in the air. But regardless of the fact, we need something more economical. On a different note, though, if I move where I want to be moving, I don't have to get a car, and I can get a motorcycle because it's warm. And since it's warm all year long, I can drive a mixture between the Miata, the Mustang, and kind of use both of those cars. And the reason I don't talk about the Bronco and I talk only about the Miata and the Mustang is it's a pretty long story, I guess. Long story short, we'll talk about it someday, not today. But either way, I'm excited for this next year. I'm excited for summer, and then I'm excited to see where kind of we get taken after the summer and what happens, because I'm so done with this place. My cars are disgusting. I can't even drive half the cars I own, and given I didn't buy the most economical cars in the first place, but it's just not a fun place to be. It's always so cold and just overall miserable. I really do wish I could tell you guys some of my plans and kind of like what I want to do and where I'm planning to move and all of these things, but it's just not the right time. And also, as far as me moving anywhere, I don't know if it's gonna happen or what's gonna happen. So I can't say or want to speak on something that may not even happen. And then it's like, why'd you even say it in the first place, you know? I haven't cleaned this car out since before September, if that kind of gives you guys any context to how long some of this stuff has been in here. For example, my Mustang Stampede flag. As the observant viewer might kind of gather, it is time to kind of become a little bit more responsible in life, which is kind of why I've been talking about all the things I've been talking about. It's really cold in this garage, if you guys can't tell, and I really need to rinse the Mustang off, so watch me suffer real quick. And for the OG viewer who's watched me for over a year, you might actually be able to guess where I want to move, because we may or may not have been there in the past in some videos. You know, I don't have to do this, but I just can't stand to look at my cars dirty, especially this one. And it's nothing crazy, but it's gotta be done. I was so anticlimactic. You gotta take care of them and get underneath. My hands are numb, but don't take care of them properly, they're not gonna last very long. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to clean the Mustang out, kind of tell you guys about a current state of mind I am in for the rest of this year, and kind of what I'm having to deal with in terms of my garage and what it's actually like living with these cars. Now, I bought this car as my daily driver, right? But I bought it not intending to daily drive it forever. At some point, I knew I was going to have to become a little bit more responsible in my life, and I was going to have to find a more suitable daily driver. But I always saw myself keeping the Mustang or a replacement that I had for the Mustang. For example, if I replace this car for a ZL1 or a Supra, which no longer I'm going to do, but I'm still going to buy a ZL1, I'm still going to buy a Supra. We just got to make more money, you know? So being a college student is definitely having its drawbacks in terms of what I can do, how I can do it, and how much money I can make. But I'm working on it, you know? But I hope to move. That's one of the goals I have, kind of to move, to take this car with me, to have a dailyable car, whether that means the Lexus or that means a replacement for the Lexus, and just not be here anymore, because this place sucks. I'm just not having a fun time here. There's just nothing to do here. There's no car stuff, there's no car people to be, like, interact with, and it just sucks. Small cities in the winter suck. All right, I'm done complaining. I've done too much complaining. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. That's all I have for this video. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one, though.